Not much better, 1 or 2 showers and about 18 degrees expected, but finding up for Monday. At the moment, it's a mild 15 degrees in the city on EONFM.
And as the switched-on disco sound of Duke Grant and his Hammond organ plays us in, it's a very warm welcome to the least worst of the D-generation.
Hello, everybody.
And make that a malodorous welcome to the least worst. Tommy, we're looking back at the week that was.
Indeed, Fat Man. And Monday, of course, votes were still being counted in the Victorian state election.
Did you say election?
Shut up, Kelvin. I managed to get this interview in the central tally room.
600,212, 600,213, 6,000... Hang on.
What's up?
This ballot paper hasn't got any numbers on it, just the words, don't vote, kill, written in red crayon.
I'll mark it down as one for the Nationals.
Good idea. 600,214, 600,215.
Excuse me, fellas, it's Tommy G here from the EONFM Breakfast Show. How's it going?
Not bad, though it would appear a lot of Victorians have struggled to write the numbers 1 to 4 on a piece of paper.
Yeah, take a look at this ballot paper. 3 yeses and a no.
Or this one here. I think Jason Donovan should win the Gold Logie.
Any indication that the Liberal Party might still sneak in?
The who?
The Liberal Party.
Never heard of him.
There must have been one vote.
Oh, yeah, some Jeffrey guy. I remember his ballot paper because it had $20 stapled to it.
Well, gentlemen, thanks for your time. I'll let you get back to the counting.
Sure, 600,200 and... Hang on, where were we?
Don't you remember?
1, 2, 3, 4...
Event of the decade. EONFM, in association with the Copper Art Store, presents The Voice, live on stage. 1, 2, 1, 2...
The Copper Art Store has gifts for all occasions, and these prices can't last.
Yes, Pete Smith, live.
Safeway's Red Spot Specials, Meadowlea Margarine, a low, $1.29.
Doing all his classics.
Here's Bert. Sale of the Century.
Plus a moving medley of John Deake's cover versions.
Come on down. Those numbers again. Ian Turpie.
And for the first time, Pete Smith does classic Aussie poems.
There was movement at the station, for the word had got around. If you're thinking about hearing aids, know your rights.
Don't miss The Voice, Pete Smith, live on stage.
How does that sound, Pete?
Superb, absolutely terrific. I couldn't have said it better myself. The finest commercial...
This is the least worst of the D-generation, and as usual, we're looking back at the previous week. Anything big happen on Tuesday?
Oh, yes, Fat Man. I found a travel card with 20 minutes still left on it. Got halfway to Frankston before they chucked me off.
Thanks, Murray. I did mean anything big politically.
Well, Fat Man, I think the most interesting news was Jeff Kennett admitting that he might form a coalition with the Nationals. Once again, I filed this exclusive interview. Mr. Kennett, you say you're now willing to form a coalition with the National Party.
Yes, that's right.
But just 1 week ago you said, let's see, there is absolutely no way I will allow my party to form a coalition with the Nationals.
Yes, but it's so easy to quote a line like that out of context, isn't it?
Well, what effect will this coalition have on Liberal policy?
Well, I've been discussing that very topic this morning with Mr. Peter Russell Clark, and we've reached the conclusion that...
You mean Mr. Peter Ross Edwards?
No, Mr. Peter Russell Clark, leader of the National Party.
I think you've got the wrong man.
No, look, I said to the wife, who's in charge of the Nationals, and she said, you know, you've seen his ads on TV, he talks silly like he's on heavy drugs or something.
Yes, but I don't...
Here he is now. Pete, say hello to the radio listeners.
G'day.
You are the leader of the National Party?
G'day.
How would you describe the coalition?
Smooth with a real mellow taste.
Right, gentlemen, thanks for talking with us.
Thank you.
Cottage cheese. G'day.
Tony here, and you've got your radio double part on EONFM's Least Worst of the Generation D.
Thanks, Gino. And we learnt on Wednesday that former Queensland Premier Sir Joh Bjelke-Petersen was being considered as a reporter on a current affair. Frightening concept.
For sure, Chief. I reckon I speak good at English than that, Malaka.
Let's hear how his audition tape sounded.
What now?
Yes, well, hello, welcome, and thanks for joining yourself for me for tonight. Today, just after yesterday, I'll be speaking to 344 former Queensland Premier, Sir Serves you right for supporting the Liberals, Sir Joh Bjelke-Petersen. Hello? Yes? What do you want? Well, you're supposed to be interviewing me. Oh, yeah, well, that's what they all say. Don't you go counting the stable door before your chickens have come home. Hello? Well, also online, we have another former Premier of Queensland. Hello? Who's this? What? Well, I've got a couple of hard-hitting questionnaires to ask, and what do you think of these allegations and so forth? Well, you ask yourself. Well, all right. What do you think of these allegations and so on? Hello? Looking down the track. What's happening? Who's that big
East worst of the D generation, and Tommy, we're of course enjoying a very fine album this morning.
Indeed, Fat Man. It's the pounding pedals and flying fingers of Duke Grant.
When Duke Grant goes a disco, it's all rhythm and Hammond beat.
Oh, how true it is.
We'll take a quick break and be right back with more organ magic. Music news, Tommy.
Indeed, Fat Man. Jason Donovan and Kylie Minogue,
who incidentally has gastric flu,
are to record a duet. We believe it may sound something like this. Appalling.
Let's take a break.
As EONFM features them in concert in Sunday Night Live. You'll get to hear tracks from both Under a Blood Red Sky and the new one, Rattle and Hum. Turn it up.
Ep 1.
Yes. Oh, dear.
I'll get it. Hello? You want the vet? Oh, hang on. I'll just untie him.
Hello? Now, calm down, madam. There's no point in getting upset. Yes, I realise you haven't got any lines in this week's Playhouse. What? Your cow's sick? Oh, I'm on my way. I'll have to go.
But Rupert...
An animal is sick. I am morally bound to render assistance.
Oh, all right.
Would you mind ringing my wife? Tell her I'll be a bit late. Neil? Oh, righto.
That be right. Hey, trouble in mill, there's a good lady. Hey, come up there and tap and throttle,
Yes, just some of the incomprehensible Northern English dialects you'll be hearing in this week's animal-packed edition of FM Playhouse, starring Michael Grace as Dr. Rupert.
Looks like we'll have to operate.
Cynthia Bushman as his wife.
I'll just whip up some pikelets.
And Mario Palestramo as Sir Hubert Wentworth.
Comprate da Franco Gozzo.
That's the Italian Sir Hubert Wentworth. Now, let's rejoin Rupert as he answers the emergency call.
Oh, Doctor, I'm so glad you could come.
Always ready to help, Mrs. Hormone. Now, where's this sick cow?
She's upstairs, in the bedroom.
Let's take a look. I don't see any cow. Maybe it... Mrs. Hormone?
Yes, Doctor?
What fabulous carpet. That'd be high pile, wouldn't it?
Doctor, I want you to take me.
Take you where? No, please, Mrs. Hormone.
Well, we'll just leave this rather raunchy scene for a few minutes. Not really the done thing for a narrator to hang around, describing every move, as it were. Been quite a bit of it in this first episode so far. Probably just trying to drag in an audience. Still, let's go back to the bedroom.
Is that an all-wool underlay?
Doctor, forget about the carpet.
All right. Where'd you get the curtains?
And so we leave our kindly vet, a man with a peculiar interest in household furnishings. Join Dr. Rupert tomorrow in episode 2 of All Creatures Great and Dead.
EONFM.